Let's look in Romans. Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8, starting at verse 5, says, "Those who live according to the flesh have their minds set on what the flesh desires, but those who live in accordance with the Spirit have their minds set upon what the Spirit desires. The mind governed by the flesh is death, but the mind governed by the Spirit is life and peace. The mind governed by the flesh is hostile to God. It does not submit to God's law, nor can it do so. Those who are in the realm of the flesh cannot please God." Let's look here. Those who live according to the flesh have their mind set upon the flesh. But those who live in accordance to the Spirit have their mind set upon what the Spirit desires. Look before it says, those who live according to the flesh have their mind set upon the flesh. Those who live according to the flesh. Those who follow the flesh. Those who focus on what the flesh desires have their mind set upon those things. Those who live according to the Spirit, who follow the Spirit, have their minds set upon the things of the Spirit. So what does this mean? We need to get up every day and we need to seek God. We say, "God, I got my plans. I got my things that I need to do. I have all of, but I submit all that to you, and I seek you out." It says in Matthew 7:7, "Seek and you will find." Matthew 7:7. Why don't we go there? Matthew 7:7. Matthew 7:7. "Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you." "For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks the door will be open." So how many of you guys know if you don't seek, you don't ask, and you don't knock, you won't find? Some people will get up and they're going to say, they'll be very motivated by a message like this, and they'll get up and they'll say, "Okay, I'm going to seek God today. I'm going to seek God. I'm going to really try to find God's will." And they'll get up and they'll try for maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then give up. And then just be like, "Oh, well, I'm just going to watch TV. Oh, well, no, I'm just going to go to sleep. Oh, well, I'm just going to call a friend, hang out. Oh, well, I'm just going to get on Facebook and watch videos." And they give up. But how many of you know to seek and to knock and to ask, to seek, to really seek, takes time? I'll tell you what, I'd rather be seeking God for half the day and then finally tap into what He has for me to do than to seek God for 20 minutes, give up, and just do what I want to do for the rest of the day. I want to seek God until I find Him. I want to knock until the door opens. How many of you guys know that, when I was a kid, I used to sell things, go door to door and sell things for my school. It took a long time to get my first sale. You got to knock on a lot of doors. That's what it's like. If we're really going to seek God, sometimes it takes time and we have to persevere, and we can't give up in life. And we got to persevere. And sometimes people, and here's the thing, sometimes people around you look like they got it all together because they got their plans and they're going in the light of their own plans. But how many of you know that in Isaiah 50, it talks about that? It says that there's certain people that have their plans and they're walking in their own ways and their own plans. But it says that those people will lie down in torment. But it says that the person that is wise, that he will walk in God's ways. And sometimes it looks kind of foggy. It looks kind of dark. It's kind of foggy. Because you're not walking in your ways. You're trying to seek God's will. And you'll get there. But sometimes it takes some time to find God's will. It takes some time. And we can't give up. That's why it says seek. When somebody seeks something, sometimes it happens quick. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. But we can't give up. Some people are going to say, well, I sought God, I sought His will, I sought His plan for my life, but it didn't end up being His will. It just blew up in my face and wasn't really His will. It wasn't really His plan. I didn't hear from Him right, and I was discouraged. And then they give up. I mean, we've all had that happen. We've all sought God's will, thought that God spoke to us about something, and it wasn't really God. But you know what? We can't give up. That's the thing. We can't give up. You can't give up seeking God. You can't give up trying to hear from God. You can't give up trying to hear His voice. Because He has an amazing plan for your life. And you know what? If you stumble and you don't hear God right, and it blows up in your face, and you lose money, you lose time, you lose friends or whatever, what do? You get back up, dust yourself off, and you try again. You try again. And that's what God wants us to do. God doesn't want us to give up. He doesn't want us to give up. He has a plan and a purpose for our lives.